December 2, the 336th day of 2022. There are 29 days left in the year. Good morning, NB, guiding you through In the Know at K105. On Litchfield's Country Station, 103.9 The Moose, live online at K105.com, via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcasts, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country, getting you ready for Light Up and Hometown Christmas this weekend. We'll tell you about that and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. I was planning to play some intro music here, but it actually doesn't want to do that. Guess we'll play Michael Jackson for a little bit longer. Who knows? Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire. My beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. I've been busy.
You have?
I have.
I've been busy trying to get these buttons to work over here, and they're not doing very well. I saw an interesting statistic about furniture. Someone took the time to do a study that they learned that the average couch has been part of 311 arguments, 316 spilled drinks, 286 makeup sessions, and the average sofa will stay in someone's home for 8 years, hosting 401 naps, 8,508 hours of TV time.
Wow.
Did you process all those numbers?
I was trying.
Do you disagree with any of those numbers?
Nah.
I don't know. The spills might be a little bit higher, best I can tell. 316 in 8 years, I guess, depends upon the age of your children. Mm-hmm. He is a 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio News Hawk Award. He's a 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Shepherdsville. He's Sam Gormley and the Sparks. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. How long have you owned your couch?
Well, my grandma had it before I
Okay.
did. Now, she's been infamous for running through couches.
She has.
Uh-huh.
So she goes through a lot of couches.
Yes.
So I guess
She can't find the right one for her.
I see. Okay. Well, but that's okay.
If my mom's listening, she's probably screaming right now.
You were probably the beneficiary of it in
I
that
was
case because you didn't have to buy one.
I did. I got a free couch. So
I mean,
I've had it since I've been here. So
By the way, that
4
was
years.
That was presumptive. I
Yeah,
didn't know that your grandmother didn't charge you for it.
I know.
But most likely she didn't. She didn't.
Yeah,
luckily,
memos
and it's-
typically.
It's a comfortable couch. Now, Jim, what is Jim Jordan's shirt? I know that it's very just. Am I wrong in saying that it's a little weird?
I mean, yeah, I don't like it. I don't want to wear it, and I don't like that tie combination. But I'm a little surprised that it's bothering you that much, especially when no one can see it.
I know. It's just no. It's more like his squares are too big. It feels like if you're gonna put squares in your shirt, you need to go all in.
I got it. You know what that shirt is? You know what that pattern's called?
Tablecloth.
I was so gonna go with that.
No, graphing paper.
Yeah. Well, no.
graphic
paper's a lot more.
Yeah.
Finite.
Yeah.
Strong wind, rain return tonight. Going to see some gusty winds this afternoon 45 to, actually, the winds maybe not until this evening. 45 to 55 miles per hour again this evening. So guess that means bring those pillows back in like you did the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Scattered showers during the late afternoon and evening, then more widespread rain overnight. Falling temperatures tomorrow behind the cold front. So, yeah, the hourly forecast, in fact, I promised you that I would, so I'm going to make sure that I do. Let's kind of step through the hourly forecast for tomorrow here in the good old 42754, just to give you an idea, because Hometown Christmas Parade is, let's start with Light Up. Light Up in Litchfield, few showers and 53 at 5 o'clock. Few showers, 52 at 6 for Caneyville and Clarkson. Tomorrow morning, the parade lineup going to be mostly cloudy skies and 48 through, temperature will actually cool through the morning. So when you wake up tomorrow, you'll wake up to a few showers and 56, but it should dry out or at least stop raining around 7. And then the temperature will go from 54 to 43 in a matter of about 5 hours. So the parade for tomorrow does look dry, maybe even a peak or two of sunshine. But by the time the parade steps off tomorrow, it'll be partly cloudy and 46. So that's what you can expect for Hometown Christmas tomorrow. And then the forecast, well, we'll just worry about next week's forecast when we get to next week. Railway strike averted by the U.S. Congress, or at least seemingly so. The Senate voted yesterday 80 to 15. That came one day after the House voted to impose the agreement. I didn't know through this process when they said, when Bernie Sanders said, rail workers union must have 7 days of paid leave or sick leave. I didn't know that the railway workers are one of the last industries that don't have sick time.
Well, I'm with Bernie then.
Well, and one of the reasons is, of course, so I don't know this to be the fact, but my perception is that railway workers have always been the beneficiaries of higher than average wages, so that if you do have to take time off for illness, then perhaps, it balances its way out to where if you had the sick time, it averages back down to something. You have to take that into the calculus. So I was a little bit surprised that, because I thought 7, what's the big deal about 7? Well, from 7 to 0 is a lot. But then I got to thinking about the practicality of rail workers. I know there are people who work here within, regionally that get in a truck every day and go work on railways. Mm-hmm. But the people who are driving, like the the engineers who drive these trains up and down the tracks, they're more like airline pilots, where they start in one place and they end up 3 states away at the end of their run, and they don't sleep in their own bed at night, is my thing. So there's some reason that they've never adapted into traditional comp time like other industries do. I just thought it was interesting because I'd never really considered it. But for at least now, it's Christmas catastrophe averted is what somebody called it. So I don't know. They got bonuses. They got like a $5,000 bonus or something. A Clarkson woman escaped injury after a semi-truck versus passenger car on Annetta Road yesterday about 5 p.m. First responders arrived at the 6500 block of Annetta Road. They found a Chevy Malibu northbound driven by 55-year-old Lisa Meredith of Clarkson was turning into a business parking lot when the vehicle pulled into the path of a southbound semi-truck being driven by 50-year-old Delbert Knight of Bremen. I think that was a logging truck, by the way. The impact propelled the Chevy with significant front-end damage off the roadway, down an embankment, and into a tree line. Meredith and Knight were not injured in the crash. That's Thousand Wonders. I will attribute seatbelt and probably airbag.
Yeah.
Because when you see the way that front of that vehicle was smashed up, and you say no injuries, or at least no injuries treated as a result of EMS. The General Assembly, as they prepare to convene for their regular session January 3rd, this is going to be a short session. This will be a 30-day session because it's not a budget year. They have announced the committee chairships for the House committees. And I won't bore you with all of them, but a couple of note. Michael Meredith from down in Edmonson County, banking and insurance. Kevin Bratcher, elections, constitutional amendments, and intergovernmental affairs. Kevin's from the Louisville area. And Family Services Committee will be chaired by Representative Samara Heverin. So you can find online all the chairships, but she is the chair of the Family Services Committee. So good for her.
I like that.
ECTC is now accepting applications for scholarships. Last year, about $150,000 in scholarships were awarded, and now more than 50 scholarship opportunities are available, and these are for new and returning students. So make sure that if you are one of those in one of those two categories, that you pursue. Pretty easy to find too. Go to elizabethtown.kctcs.edu. So that's the Elizabethtown campus. .kctcs.edu/scholarships. And then it should take you to all the applications that you need in order to see if you may be able to get some, as the kids say, get that money.
Any money helps.
Get that money. Having endured a turbulent year marked by high inflation and extreme weather trends, Kentucky agriculture seems to be on pace to achieve record-setting cash receipts. Statewide farm cash receipts this year are projected to approach $8 billion, easily surpassing the 2021 record high of $6.9 billion. Even with the record increases in input expenses and considerably lower government payments, the USDA predicts U.S. farm income will be higher in 2022. Farmers benefited from relatively high national commodity prices. Farm-level prices in Kentucky will more than offset lower yields for most agricultural enterprises, according to the experts. You know, the fear is in economics, and whether it's household economics, business economics, farm business economics, it's not how much you make, it's how much you get to keep. And so while you take in a lot more in feed and diesel fuel and all those things, fertilize and just operational expenses, if all that is eaten up and you're left with nothing, then what was the point? But at least some experts are saying that the agriculture sector in Kentucky was able to squeeze out enough of a margin with the gross receipts being higher that properly managed, maybe things weren't so bad. But I would imagine your mileage may vary depending upon what area of agriculture you are enterprising in. Kentucky will open its first female-only juvenile detention center as part of efforts to diffuse the risks of violence that escalated into a riot at a youth facility. A 35-bed detention center in northern Kentucky will be converted into the center. Starting this month, female juveniles placed in detention by the courts will be housed at the Newport facility with some limited exceptions. State Justice and the public safety officials made that announcement. The action comes in response to last month's riot at a juvenile detention center in Adair County. In the wake of the riot, state police are investigating a reported sexual assault in the females-only wing of the facility. Other changes to the state's juvenile detention system could be announced as soon as next week, with the goal of providing a significant additional level of protection for juveniles and staff.
How far away is that?
Long way. How long does it take you to get home, Sam?
How long is it to Newport?
Yeah.
I mean, 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah, 240, 240? You can't knock that out in a little less than 240.
To Newport? Well,
Yeah.
It depends on what time of day. I mean, if you're going to hit Louisville traffic and Cincinnati traffic.
Newport on the levee, sure, but just Newport in general, I don't know.
Well, Newport, to get to that facility, too, you got to go into Newport.
Oh, so you do know where this facility is?
Yeah, I've driven past it.
Gotcha. Never been there, though.
I can't say I have.
Okay. But it's being converted to female juvenile only. And really, it's a sad, I'm not saying it's not needed, but it's a sad commentary that it is needed. I was thinking about the number when I was a kid, it was very rare that you saw young women who were either incarcerated or arrested and I guess as time evolves and gender equity and those types of things, I suppose you're just going to see more of that. But it still strikes me as a little bit I guess, odd for whatever reason. But we're quickly getting to a point where also girls didn't fight very much in school, like as much. But that's changed a lot.
Well, so did
Yeah.
you see a
Those
lot
were
of males?
the worst fights.
I mean, do you remember a lot of males?
Yes,
as
yes,
you were
I do.
going?
Yes.
Really?
Oh,
So
yeah.
see, I don't know of anyone growing up that ever went to juvie, which is saying something.
Oh, no, I don't know anyone that went to juvie. Oh, that was your question. I thought you were talking about fighting. I'm sorry. No, I don't know people that went to juvie.
Oh, okay. No, nor do I.
Apparently there were some.
But I'm telling you, like, girls fought, I mean,
I
a
think,
lot.
I think that changed even.
See, those are the ones too that you just have to step back and let it go.
I just.
if you're wise.
You're just seeing it more now than I'm just saying it. My speaking of mileage varying, you just didn't see as many girl fights when I was in school, and I think now you see a lot more of those. I don't. Hey, did you hear about the new interstate?
So I was just gonna let that one go.
He's like, nah.
Work will begin this month on upgrades to the Purchase Parkway in western Kentucky so that Interstate 69 can be extended from Mayfield to Fulton. The $34 million project will bring the Julian Carroll Purchase Parkway up to interstate standards. It will also include modernizing exit 14 at Wingo and improving exits 1 and 2 at Fulton. Initial work will include clearing brush around the Wingo interchange and utility work to prepare for spring construction. How quickly will the Western Kentucky Parkway, so will it be 10 years? Will it be 15 years? Will it be 20 years? How long before the Western Kentucky Parkway gets some type of interstate designation, do you think?
Will that get first, or will the bluegrass get first?
My guess is they'll do it simultaneously.
Simultaneously
would be
do the
my
same thing.
guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I need
but
that to be dingo and not wingo.
the Dingo interchange
That would
was
be a lot more
remodeled. I would imagine the parkways will. Of course, you could do the Cumberland Parkway, but that's likely. So you got those two that are running east to west, but it seemed like the Bluegrass and the WK line up better. But if you've got 64 to the north, and then what is the next? You got 40. It'll have to be somewhere between 64 and 40, the number.
Can we come up with that? 57, right?
Well,
I guess it's
can't
not-
be 57. It would have to be.
Because I
it would
guess
have to be an
technically it
even
does.
number.
Technically, it does run from east to west, even though it's more.
Yeah, it would
north-
be an east to west,
Even though it's more northeast to southwest.
east to west number. So I mean, yeah, you can pick the number, but it's going to
56.
have to be an even one. Two Kentucky real estate professionals have pleaded guilty to federal charges of violating the Sherman Antitrust Act for their roles in a conspiracy to rig bids at an estate auction for farmland and timber rights. You can't be doing that. According to a plea agreement filed in district court for the Western District of Kentucky, the U.S. Attorney's Office says that Barry Dyer and Mackie Shelton pleaded guilty to conspiring with others to rig bids at a 2018 auction for hundreds of acres of farmland and a tract of timber rights. Was Delma involved in that as far as you know?
I've not been made aware. Now, lack of communication to Delma may be an indicator, but I don't know for sure.
If you don't know that story, somehow Beej's cell phone number is associated with somebody named Delma, who apparently has lots of property to
Yes.
sell at various places and may be in the real estate business.
And keep in mind, I'm 43 years old, and I've had my cell phone number since I was 16.
Yeah, so somebody jotted Delma's number down wrong, is my guess.
Yes.
Or Delma gave somebody a fake number and it just happened to be
Mine.
yours. Cougar basketball at 2-0, so off to a good start in the first week. Defeated the Bullitt Central Cougars last night.
I hate that. I think we need to make a rule that can't happen.
That can't
anymore.
happen. Can't play anybody named Cougars.
Yeah,
So,
sorry, McLean.
Sorry, McLean County,
Yeah,
you're
no.
out.
No, that or you change your name.
I'd rather force them to do that. So how the game go?
It was good. 60-47 was the final score for Grayson. It was pretty much a 10-point lead they had for the most part. Expanded it in the fourth quarter. They're 2-0 for the first time since 2013-14. They'll try to go to 3-0 for the first time since 08-09.
Okay, they got
which was a pretty good year.
Oh, that was a good year, wasn't it?
Yeah. As we talked after the game, though, the point guard and their leading score left a little bit to be desired. As Coach Johnson said, he shot too much.
And the head coach.
Well, I mean, that's you. That's you saying that.
Yeah,
I wasn't there to know that part.
I'm allowed to say that part. And they play who on Saturday?
The boys play Campbellsville on Saturday.
Okay. And the girls will play tonight. They'll be traveling to Bullitt Central tonight. Is that right?
Correct. It's weird that we get this back-to-back day, same team
so it's
kind
the
of
same school, but
different locations.
Okay.
So we'll be going to Bullitt Central tonight. 6:30 Central Time will be the tip-off of that game. And then the girls tomorrow at 3 o'clock will be hosting University Heights, and we'll have that game.
Okay. So it sounds like a busy weekend there. Got to get to a busy night and a busy weekend. Got to get to a break. Got more on the way. Hang around here on In the Know.
If you're a woman over 40, have you had your annual mammogram? Whether you're a mother, wife, sister, mentor, or friend, you're important to so many in your life. At Owensboro Health, we want to help you live a healthy life with the ones you love. Having an annual screening mammogram is one way to take good care of yourself, because you're worth it. Schedule your screening mammogram online at owensborohealth.org/mammogram.
Attention propane customers, has your existing provider been hard to reach? Have you had questions that haven't been answered or experienced long wait times or been asked to reply and send emails for customer support? Don't waste any more of your time. Southern States Co-op in Bowling Green will take your call. They will even swap out your existing tank to theirs at no charge. Southern States Bowling Green Co-op is ready to serve all your propane needs in Bowling Green and surrounding counties, because empty is never an option.
Well, health coverage fans, this is the matchup we've all been waiting for, where you find quality, affordable coverage that's right for you and your family through Connect. And it's about the simplest play you can make. Just go to connect.ky.gov/health coverage and get started. Now more people than ever will qualify and save more by enrolling through Connect. So get off the bench and in the game anytime between now and January 15th. Team Kentucky for the win. Connect, together for a better Kentucky.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start January 9th. Call 270-259-1540 or visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC. College for the real world.
Today, successful small businesses are lean, portable, and focused. If you're running your own business, you need to stay in tune to your customers, vendors, and employees. That doesn't leave much time for processing payroll and reporting, much less the overall performance of your business. The firm of Buckles, Travis, and Hart has a full offering of services for small businesses. Payroll processing, tax liability, unemployment, and financial reporting, just to name a few. Think of them like a built-in business manager, but they don't get sick and they don't ask for time off. Call or contact today to help get your business focused across the board. Buckles, Travis, and Hart. 270-259-5604. GraysonCPAs.com.
There's no place like home.
At Beehive Homes of Litchfield, we know how to take good care of people, and it shows in the details. With our showcase kitchen, home-cooked meals, engaging social activities, and outstanding wellness care, Beehive Homes offers the next best place to home. It's more than just a lovely place to live. It's a warm, caring, vibrant community.
There's no place like home.
Beehive Homes of Litchfield. See our home today.
DoorDash, the latest tech company laying off workers. Jordan Christmas has details.
Layoffs are looming at San Francisco-based DoorDash. The company announced Wednesday that it is laying off over 1,200 jobs in what they say is an effort to rein in operating costs post-pandemic. That's about 6% of DoorDash's workforce, and they follow a trend of recent tech layoffs this year from companies like Twitter, Meta, and Salesforce.
Apple and Twitter seem to be on better terms now. Elon Musk went to Apple's headquarters in Cupertino to meet with CEO Tim Cook and tweeted the meeting went well, with Cook assuring him Apple never considered pulling Twitter from the App Store. Musk did not reveal any discussions about Apple's 30% platform fee. And senators launched a public investigation yesterday aimed at learning how and why giant cryptocurrency firm FTX collapsed. The hearing happened against the backdrop of a deepening crisis of confidence in the crypto industry, which was set off by the collapse of FTX. Tech Report.
Ooh, Merry Christmas, Christmas comes this time each year. Ooh, well, way up north where the air gets cold, there's a tale about...
Today is Play Basketball Day. All right. Well, good. That problem will be solved for some people, for the Lady Cougars especially.
Which ones?
Today is the business of popping, all of them. The business of popping corn day. Come back to that in a moment. Tomorrow is Apple Pie Day. Tomorrow is Earmuff Day. Tomorrow is Let's Hug Day. Tomorrow is National Green Bean Casserole Day. Sunday is Cookie Day.
Just in general?
Yep.
All right.
Also known as chocolate chip or macadamia nut.
Not oatmeal raisin.
And Sunday is also Santa's List Day. So reportedly...
Has Alea made her list to Santa yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, without a doubt.
Now, did she do the whole catalog thing, going through and circling, or?
No, it's a pretty it's a pretty succinct list, really.
I mean, she did go through and mark some things, but she has been very clear. So what she told Santa, she has stuck with anytime you ask her.
Pretty consistent.
Yes.
Yeah. 3 mermaid tails, 2 Hatchimals.
Mm-hmm. And then Santa told her that she may get some surprises.
Mm-hmm. So even Santa going, your list is not big enough. That was on Tuesday. Now, I have a feeling the two of them will get together again this evening. And there might be an extended conversation.
Now, is 3 mermaid tails, is that one thing, or is that three
different mermaid tails?
Separate ones.
I didn't know if that was like a...
I think it's spring, summer, and fall.
It's, yeah.
And I guess a Hatchimal lets the thing come out of an egg, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's a stuffed animal in it.
Clearly, she has too much stuff. If those are her asks, but they're very specific, and that's okay. Or maybe she just doesn't want for much, and that's all right. But apparently, Sunday is the day, reportedly, that Santa decides.
Naughty or nice?
But it's because he can't wait till the 24th because he's got, because the elves have supply chain work that they have to do in order for Santa to be able to deliver on the night of the 24th into the 25th. So early morning hours of the 25th.
I even pulled the footage of it.
Yeah, he's going through the list right there. I think he got to the S's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, he tried to turn his feather around with the eraser to take Sam's name off there.
Not a surprise.
Moving you from one list to the other, but that's all right. I guess that means after Sunday, you do whatever you want because it's not going to make a difference.
Is that true?
I don't know that. I have a feeling some people will behave in accordance with that. Popcornopolis. I told you business of popping corn day. Popcornopolis and snack brand, how do you say this? I see it at the store, but it doesn't appeal to me. Takis?
Yep.
T-A-K. Takis?
Takis.
Yeah, it's all, I don't know. It just looks this style, this Takis style, it doesn't appeal to me. It doesn't.
It's like a Cheetos. It's kind of in that same...
I couldn't tell if it was knockoff, if it was like store brand, if it was...
they're good.
Yeah, but their packaging does not say 51-year-old white male. There's just something about it that doesn't. Takis.
I think you gotta be 52 before you eat those, right?
I thought I had aged out. I didn't think I was working my way up to it. But
sure, Alea would like the bag. She might not like what's in it, but purple and
Popcornopolis Takis Fuego. So hot popcorn.
Sounds what. I mean, it's red too, which
would indicate.
I mean, I would eat this kind of popcorn. I'm not a huge sweet popcorn fan. So.
They look really small to be popcorn. Like, I mean,
you know,
maybe the bag is a lot bigger than what, but I'm having a hard time getting the perspective here.
Well,
of the
think
popcorn
about
in the
caramel
bag.
corn. When you get the tin of the corn,
It's
and
not very big.
It's split into the three. For some reason, the caramel corn shrinks the kernel, shrinks the puff down because of the weight. Where your cheese, you know, your dusted ones stay puffy. But so I would imagine the weight of the hot of this probably.
You know, I know that there are a lot of people who really do not like getting those popcorn tins. It's like one of those things. Okay, well, so
Calling out Dave Gormley.
I cannot think of anything else. So I'm going to get you one of these $5 popcorn bucket tins. You know, I like them.
I would have one request though. I would prefer the popcorn tin where the tin is not Christmas themed. Give me a tin that is Yankees themed, or like something that I could use. Like I could put stuffed magazines in it or something and leave it out all the time. But a Christmas tin has a very finite season to it.
I think she's saying no to your Yankees.
Why are you shaking your head? I can put it in my office. I can do whatever I want to with it. I'm saying a Christmas tin, popcorn tin. Once the popcorn is gone, then you got this tin and goes, well,
I mean,
I can't do anything with this for 11 months.
Your Yankees tin could be used for a trash can.
It could.
It fits it.
It could be used as a trash can. What's rolling around up there in your mind? You're looking up.
I'm just thinking of.
By the way, that was there was a pre-qualification in there. If you feel the need to get the popcorn tin. I didn't tell anyone do get the popcorn tin. I said if you do, I would prefer.
Okay, well, I'm going to say if you do, find me one with Snoop on it.
Okay.
Or
very good.
I don't know. You might want what's on the inside of Snoop's popcorn, though. You never know what might be in there.
Well,
hard to say.
Take that up. Roll the dice, I guess.
Might give that a Google.
I know, right? You
Hellman's,
do it for me.
Hellman's wants you to put mayo in your eggnog this holiday season.
Okay, now.
First, I don't like eggnog.
Well, I can eat it, or drink it rather.
What exactly is a nog? Well, most dictionaries define it as a shortened version of eggnog, but how much egg do you really need to make it a full-blown nog? According to Hellman's, you need however much egg is in its mayo. Egg is only the third ingredient in Hellman's mayo behind oil and water, but America's best-selling mayo still believes that plenty of egg to give you a perfectly acceptable nog, and it's created its own mayo nog to prove it. I'd probably like this as well as regular eggnog, which is next to zero, none. Don't want it, not trying it.
I can't do it.
I can.
But it does present the following.
I'm not excited about it.
It does present the following quandary. I am a Hellman's loyalist.
See, I don't even want the mayo, really.
But I committed mayo adultery last week.
Duke?
I did. When I made the broccoli casserole, I got Duke's. In a moment of impulse, I got Duke's because it apparently has a little kick.
I've heard the people that like mayo prefer the Dukes.
They do.
Now, what was your
I didn't have enough of the broccoli casserole to tell you whether it did have a kick or it did not have a kick.
I
so
did have
really
enough
don't
of
know.
it, and
you didn't
honestly,
notice a difference?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
So no difference. Maybe I need to try it on something else where the mayo is a little more pronounced. But I feel a little bit bad.
I think like maybe in a pasta salad that has the mayo base, it might add a little bit more, because sometimes those are a little bit more bland. It may help in those.
You know what I use, the thing I make that has a lot of mayo in it is that shrimp pasta salad, but the poppy seed is dominating in that, so I'm not sure that you would find that kick in the mayo either.
And that's what I really like about that. Well, aside from the shrimp.
So forgive me, Hellman's.
Yes.
At least it was just one time. I tried Duke's, and I did. By the way, I bought the size jar exactly that I needed. Like there's no Duke's lying around in the refrigerator going, I'm over here, try some Duke's. Back to Hellman's. only. There is a Brian Regan does a bit. I love Brian Regan. Apparently Brian Regan, I think he's supposed to be in Louisville on Sunday. And if the show weren't on a Sunday, I think we would probably be going. I don't want to go see a stand-up performance on Sunday evening, right? That's a school night. So, he's looking weird. Maybe I am going. I don't know.
Oh, no. Well, I mean,
when we went to see Hamilton in June, I saw the posters for Brian Regan's performance at the Kentucky Center. And when I looked at the date, I was like, that's a Sunday. I don't want to do that. So that's like not date night or anything. But Brian Regan has this. He has this bit that he does about this military terminology.
I got some bad news for you. It got postponed.
It did.
Due to unforeseen circumstances.
Not enough ticket sales. Well, maybe they won't be on Sunday next time then.
Well, multiple of his shows did. So
but
it's
he
like
has
all
this
week.
bit where he talks about these military generals are in the war room mapping out strategy. And he says, our M1 Abrams tank lines will be drawn and they'll be flanked by this, and then we'll attack with this Tomahawk and blah, 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 blah. And then someone says, yes, but how are we going to communicate on the battlefield with all this, all this sophisticated weaponry? And some guy from across the room says, on the walkie-talkie. And so he's saying the idea of the walkie-talkie is not consistent with the way that things are named. Mm-hmm. The walkie-talkie is too juvenile. Mm-hmm. Because I walkie and talkie and you walkie and talkie. So he's got this entire bit that he does, and it's really pretty good. But it reminds me, if the guy who named the walkie-talkie named everything, what would we call it?
Okay.
What you call a fork would be called a stabby grabby.
Well, what is it? Dinglehopper? Or
yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Look at that.
Very good. Kudos.
A spoon would be a soupy scoopy.
Or cereal scoopy? Soupy scoopy?
No. A wig would be called a hairy wary. The look on her face.
That one, I don't know.
I wish I had a better memory so I could use these.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I've got the list written down. I'll give it to you after the show.
I can think of one particular place that we go that I could look over at you and say something about a hairy wary.
You can start calling your socks feety heaties if you're following the walkie-talkie nomenclature. Limousines are roomy vroomies.
I like that. I like that one.
Computers are starey squaries.
Sometimes it feels like that.
We do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Sam's number one kitchen gadget, his microwave, is a heaty-eaty. No.
Yeah, I mean, it does do the trick.
Cowbells are called cattle rattles.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
I like it. I mean, it's maybe your best one.
And the defibrillator that you see mounted on the wall, like in gymnasiums and hospitals, and defibrillator, a hearty starty.
All right.
So if you let the guy who named the walkie-talkie name all of our stuff. So if you've got others, put them in the comment section, or feel free to text them to 270-259-6000. I don't know, for some reason I like Soupy Scoopy pretty well.
Yeah, I'm still
Kind of one of
Harry
my
Wary.
favorites. Harry Wary. Gotta get to a break. We'll come back. More on the way here on In the Know.
That's what Christmas means to me, my love.
I'm Stephen Smith from the Sicilian Bank. Our gift to you this Christmas is our time-honored tradition of sharing the Christmas story. Here's Courtney Hornback.
And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cyrenius was governor of Syria. And all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city. Luke 2, 1 through 3.
If you've never heard this story before, the truth it holds is the greatest gift anyone could ever receive. Merry Christmas from all of us at the Sicilian Bank.
The fun and excitement of hometown Christmas is here. Meet Elsa Johnson.
Friday at 5, enjoy Light Up Litchfield at the James Bevel City Park. And at 6, enjoy Light Up Clarkson or Caneyville at the Clarkson Community Center or the Purple Flash Center. You're up, April Spalding.
Join us on Saturday, December 3rd at 10 a.m. for the Hometown Christmas Parade. Enjoy our theme, A Toyland Christmas. Take it away, Tammy Salzman.
Shop the Square, Saturday evening from 5 to 9. The Litchfield Square will feature over 25 vendors, some food trucks, open retail, caroling, bell ringing, and a visit with Santa. You may even see some princesses.
For complete information on Hometown Christmas 2022, go to visitlitchfield.com.
Sports is about overcoming obstacles. This is Ernie Johnson Jr., and those are the stories I love to tell in the broadcast booth. But the courage of college athletes is more than matched by another group of young men, the boys fighting Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It's the most prolific genetic killer diagnosed in childhood, and there's no cure. But college football coaches are doing something about it, and you can help. It's called Coach to Cure MD. Text the word CURE to 501-501 to donate $25 on your next mobile phone bill, or go online at CoachToCureMD.org. Text the word CURE to 501-501 today. Help college football coaches cure MD. You'll be proud you did.
Brought to you by the American Football Coaches Association.
Businesses don't run on automation or algorithms alone. What powers businesses are your people and the people they serve. At Cintas, your dedicated service reps understand what you need to help you keep your employees feeling safe, comfortable, and performing their best. So your business can too. For workwear, essential cleaning products, first aid and safety supplies, and fire protection services, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This is the feeling you get when you have a dedicated Fidelity Wealth Planner looking at your full financial picture. Someone working with you on a flexible, comprehensive wealth plan based on your goals, helping you balance risk and reward. It's being able to enjoy today because you have a plan for the future. This is the planning effect from Fidelity. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather. Cloudy today as temperatures gradually warm into the 50s by this evening. While we see a few sprinkles, areas of drizzle throughout the day, the main rain chance doesn't show up until later on tonight, and that is when we would also see wind gusts near 40 miles per hour. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Did you know the safest form of travel is the elevator? So that is death per miles traveled. Means elevator is the safest form of travel.
Makes sense.
All right.
I don't think I would have, if you'd had me guess, I don't think I'd have come up with that. But
yeah. I probably wouldn't have deemed it a mode of travel, but apparently it,
I mean, it gets you from one place to another, and isn't that the definition of travel?
Yep, it does. Remember that one time I got a job as an elevator operator and got fired because I couldn't learn the route. All those turns I had to remember. Let's see. On the weekend movie premieres. Oh, I forgot to check to see about the numerous walkie-talkie things that were coming in on the text line, so I'll try to check during the next break. It's like the text line is like the old-time fax machine. You had to walk over there and rip the thermal paper off of it and then read it.
Can't say I've ever had to do that.
Movie premiere today.
Well, I mean, the old radio station I used to work with in Bowling Green did have a fax machine that I'd have to pull our. That's how we got our obituaries. So I had to pull the obituaries off the fax machine. But that was more just pulling it off the printer.
And from time to time, I'll get somebody asked, do you all have a fax machine? I say, I'll need to go out in the backyard and pull it off of the heap. I think it's right underneath the stone tablets.
Mm-hmm.
Violent Night is new at the movie theater today. It's an R-rated holiday
I
thriller.
saw the preview for that.
You did. John Leguizamo, Beverly D'Angelo?
Have you seen the preview for
No, I've
I
not.
think it's like a killer Santa Claus.
Oh dear.
Is the Grinch in it too? I
No,
saw a
that's
weird.
I don't
weird
know that
Grinch
that's
the other
real.
day. Okay, I hope
I
not.
saw that
Don't do
too,
to the Grinch.
but I watched that, and I mean, I don't know.
And then new in the theaters today, Emancipation.
Oh, yeah.
Just wait a week. It'll be out on Apple TV Plus, so you don't have to go to the theater to see it. But that's Will Smith's return.
Now this is gonna be one of those that you're gonna have to pay Apple TV Plus in addition to.
You know, I don't know.
Because I know doesn't Disney Plus do that sometimes, where even though you're subscribed, you still got to pay.
If they bypass the theater,
Uh-huh.
they do. Like if they do simultaneous release. But that's a good question. I don't know.
Will you watch that?
No, I mean, it'll be eventually on HBO or Showtime. Or speaking of Showtime, the new George and Tammy mini series or whatever comes out this weekend. Speaking of the Anns and Anns, Harry and Meghan Hagen, their new trailer is out for Netflix for their new docuseries, which just coincidentally came out at the same time that William and Kate were in the U.S. making their little barnstorming tour around the Northeast.
You sure it's not because UK's in the UK?
Could be. We just it was a multi-export. They send us the Royals, we send them the UK basketball team. So Sam, will you watch this? No Harry and Meghan for you, honey.
I was gonna say if
Harry
there's
and Meghan
only
for you?
one person in this
No.
room that would potentially watch it, and I would assume it would be you.
No.
You would be the one that would maybe have the highest percentage out of us three, though.
I don't know.
Would you be?
I can't
'Cause
decide. I'm part of me is
okay,
curious.
Really?
Right. So he,
Okay. See,
whatever
I'm at-
percentage that is, he's.
I'm at pretty much zero.
Yeah.
I kind of want to hear his explanation. I don't really want her explanation.
I mean, I watched The Crown. I'm not caught up on it, but I don't know. I don't get into all of that.
I can't tell. So she knew what she was getting into. Right? The monarchy's been the monarchy for a long time. And then she got involved, and then I can't tell if she dropped a grenade at their feet and then said, "Hey, let's watch this blow up," or what. But I'm a little bit curious, but I'm more curious from his perspective, not so much hers. Because, well, anyway, Jack Harlow announces the 2023 residency in Las Vegas.
Was he gonna be there when you're there?
You don't know Jack. Tickets are currently available for the March 18th show and the May 27th show. Nope. Going to miss it by at least a week if we go in March. Don't know that we will. May cash in those Adele tickets, and that might pay for an entire vacation sometime later next year. Why are you smiling over there?
I'm just taking it all in.
You're just observing.
It's Friday.
You're watching my mind at work.
Yes.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. So that's the new.
I saw the trailer.
No Raiders of the Lost Ark. No Temple of Doom. It is Dial of Destiny as Harrison Ford returns to his iconic role.
It seems like they're getting a little bit too sci-fi in this.
Really?
Yeah. Watching the trailer, apparently time travel is involved.
Oh, yeah,
Which I'm not like, because the thing with Indiana Jones is an adventure, and yeah, and it I don't know if it goes in, because I mean the last one did get a little sci-fi, but it was at least close enough.
I think there's a chance that,
because I mean when they brought out the aliens in the last one, that's when it was like, okay.
I don't know if I saw the last one.
Really? Well, spoiler alert. It's only been out 15 years.
No, I'm not worried about a spoiler. I just thought it was interesting how that maybe I haven't seen it.
I mean, I know that the traditional Indiana Jones didn't really like it. I thought it was entertaining. I mean, but with those movies, I just want to be entertained. I don't necessarily need it to be an Oscar winner. I was entertained.
Okay.
All right.
What else do you need to know about? Let's see. Baz Luhrmann says that he may take the concerts. They actually did full concerts for the Elvis movie for the Baz Luhrmann, and he said that they were so realistic that he's thinking about just going through and cutting up the concerts only and releasing them. I saw the movie; it was pretty convincing, I thought. Was the
movie good?
Movie's pretty good. It's a little long, a little intense, but it's Baz Luhrmann. It was a Baz Luhrmann movie. You get what you get with old Baz. The Mandalorian Season 3 has set the March premiere date. Mandalorian Season 3 out. And Encanto surprisingly has the top YouTube song of 2022. We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Yeah.
Number one song of 2022.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
I talk about Bruno Mars all the time. Every chance I get, talk about it. So
This is the only thing I know about this movie.
It is. I know the little girl has glasses.
There's something in there like families that don't like each other or something in there or something. I don't know. I can't.
There's some growing pains.
Yeah.
Got to get to a break. Come back, finish it up for the morning here on In the Know.
As the president of Focus on the Family, I get asked a lot of questions about controversial subjects. Every time I'm on television or before a public audience, someone will ask me about abortion, religious freedom, or gun control. Here's how I answer those or any other question. I'm all about two things: loving people and, equally, speaking truth. The love part of that equation is expressed through good conversation. I won't debate you. I'd rather have a meaningful talk where I hear you and hopefully you'll hear me. Respect for each other is key. Respect for the issue itself is also important. Regardless of your opinion or mine, ideas have very real consequences for the people involved. A conversation about abortion, for example, isn't in the same conceptual universe as, say, debating who's going to win the Super Bowl or who can pick up Thor's hammer. One is all fun and imagination. The other affects real people with real consequences. That deserves respect, not petty answers or dismissive attitudes. As important as love, respect, and empathy would be for me if we talked, without truth, our conversation would be missing something important. When I'm asked a question, I expect an opportunity to be honest about what I believe and why I believe it. In return, I'll give you the same freedom. At the end of the day, neither one of us may change our minds, but if we balance both love and truth, maybe one of us will. For Focus on the Family, I'm Jim Daly.
Hello?
Hey, stranger.
Oh, hi. Thank goodness it's you. I was afraid to answer the phone.
Why? What's up?
The credit card companies are after me. They want me to make payments and the calls never stop.
Ouch. Been there before, but I got help from Trinity Debt Management.
Trinity?
Yeah, I called and right away Trinity contacted my creditors and got my interest rates cut in half. They ended all the late fees and over-limit charges, and they stopped those annoying phone calls.
Bet that was a relief.
Yep. Then they put me on a plan that consolidated my bills into one easy monthly payment. That way, I paid off my debt fast while saving thousands.
Nice.
Trinity even showed me how to plan and meet a monthly budget. So now I'm debt-free for keeps.
Wow. Do you still have their number?
Sure. Here, write this down and call 1-800-990-6976.
Can you repeat that?
1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
Well, it's Christmas time, pretty baby, and the snow is falling on the ground.
Christmas. MB's point to ponder for today. How closely do you pay attention to wrapping paper?
I do not. And you know this about me.
The only reason I would is because my grandma does. So usually when she opens presents, my mom has to specifically not use nice wrapping paper because she wants to save it. She wants to savor it. And my mom's line is always, I'll give you the whole roll. Just rip it. Rip it to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he likes his with the dotted line so you can cut straight on the backside. And
Okay, but let me rephrase. How closely do you pay attention to patterns on wrapping paper? Like, do you really look at it? Or you just go, oh, that's festive. Because this is part public service announcement and part instigator. That there's a story online about a mom who accidentally wrapped Christmas presents with X-rated wrapping paper. But it's a little.
Do you want the picture?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, birds do it, bees do it.
Oh.
So
there was another one that I didn't have time to pull.
Yeah, well,
of the snowman.
I'll explain it. So let's see it full. Let's see it full screen because that gives it better justice. So it's a winter scene. It's a winter scene featuring reindeer and snow falling, and this particular one has reindeer fighting, wrestling. Yeah, reindeer wrestling.
I don't think they're fighting.
Well, by the way, we settled on wrestling long time ago on our labeling.
Mm-hmm.
But when we were children, we would ask, "Mom, what are those cows doing?" It was, I think they're fighting. So, and they could be, or they could have been a few minutes ago, and now they're making up. But
oh Lordy,
I think the show's over now.
I was.
Chart toppers.
It's so funny, the difference. Yeah, you can tell I was raised on a farm.
Yeah.
We were not told that they were fighting.
right, so if you just don't pay any attention to this seems somewhat innocuous until you look closely and go, "Hey, wait a minute. There's something that's not exactly right."
These deer are doing it.
There's another version where the snowman's carrot is conspicuously relocated
below the belt.
It's not in its traditional location, but it's also doesn't just jump out at you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some mom just grabbed paper not knowing, hey, and just wrapped presents and put them under the tree and was none the wiser. So anyway, I'm just telling you, one, it can happen. And two, this is why you've always been told don't buy wrapping paper at Spencer Gifts.
Yes, I think it's fantastic. This poor mom probably has like 5 kids, hasn't showered in 3 days. And she may even be putting bubble gum to hold her packages together.
There's the snowman. So
oh, that's funny.
I'm just saying, so you may, and what I'm saying, it's very understated. Like it doesn't jump out at you and go, "Hey, look at this." It's just kind of there. On television today, FIFA World Cup, South Korea, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, Serbia, Switzerland, Cameroon versus Brazil. Shark Tank tonight, A Big Fat Family Christmas on Hallmark tonight, Dateline NBC tonight. The Netherlands and the United States tomorrow at, is it 9 o'clock our time? It's
9
early.
a.m., yep.
Yeah, 9 Central. The Story of Santa Claus on CBS. Keke Palmer and SZA on Saturday Night Live tomorrow. World Cup continues into Sunday. Keke. Celebrity Wheel of Fortune on Sunday, and then, of course, a full NFL lineup, including Colts at Cowboys. I don't know why that was listed.
It's the rematch of the AFC Championship on Sunday. That's the game
I
that
thought
should
it was
be.
odd. I looked at that list, and
I think that might be Sunday Night Football.
Colts at Cowboys.
Chiefs-Bengals is the biggest game on Sunday. And then you got Lady Cougar basketball tonight and tomorrow, 6:30 tonight. 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Today's highlight in history. This day in 1954, the U.S. Senate passed 67-22 a resolution condemning Republican Senator Joseph McCarthy of Wisconsin.
He was the red communism guy, right?
Mm-hmm. In 1993, Colombian drug lord Pablo Escobar was shot to death by security forces in Medellin. Did you ever catch, Sam, did you watch Narcos?
No, it's one of those that was always on my list, and it kept getting pushed down for other things, and it just never...
Honey, did you ever watch all of Narcos?
No, not all of it.
Yeah.
I might have watched like the first couple minutes of it, and then got busy, and then it just never...
Birthdays today. Kathy Lee Crosby is 78 today. Rick Savage of Def Leppard is 62. Lucy Liu is 54. Monica Seles is 49. Nelly Furtado is 44. Daniela Rua, who plays Kenzie Bly on NCIS Los Angeles, is 39. Aaron Rodgers is 39, and Charlie Puth is 31. Musician?
Yeah.
Charlie Puth.
He does See You Again.
Yeah. He did that with Wiz Khalifa.
Mm-hmm. We Don't Talk Anymore.
I know all those.
He's got
all those fancy
got
names.
a really high-pitched voice.
Charles Ringling was born this date in 1863. Circus dude, part of the Ringling Brothers. Harry Reid, born in 1939. The people of Nevada loved him so much they renamed their airport for him.
He didn't pass away that long ago, did he?
No, it hadn't been too long. It was December 28, 2021, almost a year ago. Gianni Versace was born this date in 1946. It is weird that Las Vegas Airport is now like the McCarran, Harry Reid Internet, or they may have taken McCarran off of it. I don't know. Chart toppers. Let's go to we're going all the way to 46.
Oh.
Les Brown and Doris Day, The Whole World is Singing My Song. Okay, you can make up your own words.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is not the theme to Married with Children from 1955. Well, it actually is the theme to Married with Children. But from 1955, Frank Sinatra.
I tell you, bro.
I did just get a little concerned. You didn't give a Hallmark update. Are we okay? Are the cooks okay?
Oh, I'm sure they've got it down pat. It's probably hanging on the fridge.
Put me in a tough spot, Sam. A Big Fat Family Christmas is on Hallmark.
Oh, did you say that? Okay.
I said.
Okay, you did.
I said
okay,
it was going to be on television.
Good. I missed it. Okay. I thought for a second. I got a little worried there.
1973, The Carpenters.
Down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love.
Oh, goodness. 1982. First video I ever saw on MTV. Thanks to my grandparents. They had a satellite dish. Dialed it over to MTV. This is the first video I saw.
Mine was Skid Row, 810 in Life.
I couldn't even tell you.
Oh, honey. Yeah.
MTV might have been on in the delivery room.
Probably.
When you were born, Sam.
Yeah, your mama was jamming, probably.
The MTV was the top of her list.
Maybe VH1.
BET.
He was watching Unplugged.
You went BET. Nice. All right.
Independent Woman, Destiny's Child. Number 1, 22 years ago today.
Yeah, feeling old.
Ooh, that was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go to 2009. Lady Annabella. Mama call him Annabelle. I'm going to call him Annabelle.
It's now Day, isn't it?
Yeah, Lady A. But I don't want to be insensitive to the original Lady A. Speechless, Dan and Shay, number 1, 4 years ago today. All right, MB's Burlowism for today. Change your thoughts and you change the world. Change your thoughts and you change the world. MB's Burlowism for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here on Monday for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin Lakes, it's on K1.